welcome to today's Monday Doodle. Since last Monday, I set myself the goal of finishing 12 bird sketches for my bird wall calendar, and I've made 11 sketches, so I'm very happy about that. And I'm just missing one bird, which is a pigeon. This pigeon here will be the one for September, and I'll finish this drawing here with you guys today. And also, before I start drawing, I wanna reveal what kind of style I ended up going with. As you can tell already, this is somewhat in this direction. It's not finished yet though, but this sketchy kind of style is what I ended up doing. And I also want to share with you the tests I did that shows you guys that what style I didn't end up choosing. And you might think that it's easy peasy for me as an illustrator to just choose a style, but truth be told, I'm still sometimes trembling in the terms of what kind of style I really have. And to me, this seems to be the best way to do it, to have this sketchy style, which I will talk about later on. So let's just, let me share with you guys first the tests that I did last week. And also, don't forget some coffee. Cheers. Okay, I will just flip the screen. So you can see birds calendar tests. So the first test that I did was this one, which is of, this is basically where I took the sketch of this, what's this bird called now? Robin Redbreast. Thank you, Annie Claxton, for pointing that out last time. Robin Redbreast. And I basically took the sketch, scanned it into Photoshop, and then I took some digital watercolors and gave him some colors. But I don't think that worked. It became kind of too weak in the colors, and there was something that didn't feel right about it. So second test I did was this one, where I again took it into Photoshop, and as you can tell, I used a digital brush. I believe it was a digital charcoal brush, and then I simply used just a solid color, just a round brush and some solid colors to color them in. And I think it's a cute bird, but it still wasn't the way that I wanted to go. So no. Third test, and this is where things are really frustrating in this process here. I used an ink pen here, also digital ink pen, and some watercolor, and those things were just off. They don't team up very well, these two mediums, I think. So this is just where I am as an artist, as a draftsman. I'm completely like knackered of this drawing. This is just not the way I want to have them to go. Fourth test, here I used a ballpoint pen. I don't know if you can tell actually, and traced the drawing. And I think that the ballpoint pen worked really well. And then I added some watercolor, some digital watercolor, which is also something I did for the Inspired by Fairy Stories collaboration. But still, oh, sorry, 1 minute. Okay, sorry about that. I had a bread in the oven. So this still wasn't the thing that I wanted to, even though I could feel I was closing in. And let me show you what I ended up doing after these 4 tests. All birds. Yeah, so here you have the same drawing as you saw before, the raven here. And I ended up actually taking the sketch directly into Photoshop. Or actually, before that, I just cleaned it up. That is, I took a pencil and then I went over some of the areas to kind of make it more saturated in the pencil strokes. So as you can tell, it became a bit more dark in the head. And then I just kind of kept this sketchy feel of, you can see for instance, the pool of water here and the raindrops, that sketchy feeling, because I realized that these birds, these sketches here had some really nice vibrating energy in them. This loose and spontaneous feel, which have so much life to them, I think. So this is what I ended up doing, and some of the birds are traced from a sketchbook, where I have been using a different medium than a pencil. For instance, I have one which was a marker, and others are kind of just as this one, just completely from a sketchbook, and then just worked over a bit. And I'll show you one more. Let's go with the robin redbreasts. Yeah, so this is how he ended up looking. You can tell I've added a bit more hair up here, and I made the branch quite darker, and just added some texture here on the feathers. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. This is the result I ended up with. All birds are gonna have this sketchy feel to them. And on my next Monday Doodle, my last Monday Doodle about this calendar, I will reveal all 12 birds. You know what, let's just see one more bird. There we have the blackbird. This will be July's bird. And also what I did here in Photoshop, I put on a beige layer. Just a small difference, just make something for the eyes here. And also I added some filter with curves, which makes it more black and whitish. Makes it pop a bit more. So yeah, that's that. And now for the pigeon here, which I'll now finish the details and doing a bit of extra saturation here and there, some texture, before I will scan it in. So that's the deal right now. I'm just gonna close Photoshop for a sec here. Okay. And I have actually also found a reference here, which is from a different sketch of a pigeon that I might be able to use to do the beak, for instance, or how the feathers fold. Firstly, I think it needs a bit of a gray tone here. Maybe just kind of finish off the feathers here. Sorry, 1 second. Get you guys a better look of what I'm actually doing. So in this drawing here, you realize that the wing actually kind of folds almost to the place of the beginning of the back feathers here, which in my case are down here. So I want to make that feathers go more in this way. Apparently this is not something that I missed in my previous sketch or in this sketch. So I just gotta make up for that. And this would also be gray. then I'll just give this belly here a bit of gray tone also, but it will be more light. I got the idea of doing this bird's calendar from a good friend. Hello there, Chris, if you're watching along. And I thought it was a great idea, and I realized that I had a sketch from all months actually of the year, so there was sort of this theme. It's not that I have something special about birds actually. Well, I do like to watch them, but I'm not like I don't know much about birds. But what I realized is that during the seasons it's always fun or interesting for me to see what birds are doing. I mean, they're always visible, and I like to think that they go through the seasons just as we humans do. And this one is sleeping, taking a good old nap. Oh, we have something going on here. Just a pattern here. I wanna have this white, like so. And then up to the face, or head, I suppose. And I'm afraid I will only be selling it physically in Denmark, as it's just a bit too much work for me to send it, to ship it to foreign countries. But I will make it available to on my Buy Me a Coffee profile, and that means although that you don't get the spiral that you can hang up the calendar, it means though that you have to print the A3. It will be A3 yourself, and then you can kind of hang up the calendar yourself, just piece by piece, I guess. And the reason I don't ship also is because of the climate. Really, I want to kind of do what I can, so minimizing the transportation of paper and all that is what I try to do. All right, so now I've come to the place where I want to have just a reference open on my computer for how a pigeon looks like, because I want to go with the feet here. So here up here I have a reference here, so I can see how the feet goes around the branch, and also maybe a bit about how this beak goes. You know what, we might as well start with the beak. I can tell it goes way more inwards here, and there, like that. Yeah, and then you have this funny kind of, yeah, like that. Okay, yeah, so the feet, just erasing a bit so I can still see the feet. And I suppose I will make the third one of this feet here just be invisible here. You can't see that. And I realize now that we have a bit of white spots here on this feather. I'll try to get that in. Just like this, a wave and a wave and a wave. Continue on making these quite beautiful patterns here of the wing. And these drawings are of course not at all ornithological, what's it called, birds expertise perfect. So that's also kind of what I find intriguing about it, is that it's sort of a mix of what I've seen and what I add and what I make up as I go along. So it becomes this actually weird space between reality and sort of more fabulating universe. Might want to make this sprinkle out this way. And then the back feathers here, what colors would they be? Not sure. Pitch black from the back side, I see. But what color would they be seen from the front? I will look it up. Pigeon. Can't really tell. You know what will make them nuance from gray to pitch black? Like so. And then it has up here, close to the neck, it has these also patterns, which I will just try to draw in here, just around the neck here. Like so. I want to add a bit of shade here. Maybe also here. And then what I'd love to do is to just give these claws here a bit of emphasis. And then a bit of just a bit. I don't have to overdo it because I still want to make that, have it that spontaneous feel. That was a bit too much. Realize. And using this a 6B pencil here can help me make it more, how do you say it, pronounced. Certain places where I want to have some more tone. So an area like this down here where I obviously have been sketching, you see the lines that go beyond the silhouette line. I'm probably going to keep that to keep it, to have that sketchy feel of it. Also these lines here, I'll probably keep it. It's always a balance, as you will see in the other bird drawings, but right here I kind of like this movement here. So I'll keep that. I think I might erase this part up here actually, because that disturbs a bit too much. But let's just do the silhouette here. Try to make it in one line as I possibly can. Let's just erase this part here. This got a bit too dark, I think. Whoops. There we go. So it's, you have the wing overlapping the feathers, the back feathers here. What else might we do before this is finished? I think this one is acting weird. A bit too dark. Just gonna redraw this. Just a bit of lines that show the there. Okay, I won't be touching that anymore. I just want to finish the branch here to give it a sense of solidness that this branch has. So I'm just gonna color in that. I gotta be careful I don't smudge too much. You can tell here, everything will be visible on the scan. Although I can erase some in Photoshop. Okay, and I'll also kill this darling. It was too disturbing. And also this here. Want to have a movement this way. Just gonna go in. Finish the branch. And if I haven't said this already, all these birds, 12 of them now soon, including this pigeon here, I have spotted these birds and I have been drawing them. And in most parts also I had the time to snap a photograph of them so that I could use them as a reference. So these birds are real, so to speak. I've seen them during that specific month. And this one was taking a nap. In fact, I have the sketch of it here close by, so that I can show you that I had to choose also between drawing this single bird here, taking a nap, or drawing 2 turtle doves. So this was a really hard choice for me. But I ended up going with this sleepy bird. If you wonder if I have a system of line direction here, there's really not a system as so much as it's more spontaneous. Like here, I went around the claws, like this way, just around, and then here on the branch again, I go horizontal to go over the branch. So it's very much like a child would do it, I think. It just feels natural. And then speaking of composition, I choose, which is a bit of a frisky move, not to have the branches go all the way to the top or to the edge of the page. I sort of have them going just to the edge here because I liked how the viewer can then add up to his or her imagination what kind of tree it is, or like what's going on in this world outside the paper. But in terms of composition, it's a kind of a risky move because you can also confuse the viewer, and the gaze of the viewer might go outside of the frame instead of towards the bird. Let's see how it seems. I like it. Very much like it, actually. There's something with the cloth that became a bit murky when I just did this branch here, but it's okay. I think it's okay. I'm not gonna go in and fill this branch out completely. Yeah, I think that was that. Let me just think real quick. This pigeon sketch here has some black on the feathers here. I don't know if I somehow could get that in. Yeah, you know what? Why not? Let's see how that looks. Not too bad. That helped. Right, and then the eyes are closed. All right, let me just show you the very much original sketch that I did of it. Where do I have it now? I can take you guys on a tour, because over here I have something interesting, a whole moving box filled with sketchbooks that I plan making a video about sometime soon. These are all sketchbooks from previous years. I already made a video about this one, I realized, but I just gotta find that bird. There we have it. So this is the one, as you can tell. And these are the ones that I kind of thought about considering also, because I think it's quite nice. Look at that, those two cases. Amazing, right? Here down here we have a pheasant. Yeah, so that was the sketch, and I'll just scan it now so you can just see the full process of how this turns out in. Maybe we just need to erase this one. Yes, so you can see kind of what's going on in the full process of this calendar. It's quite simple, really, which I like. So there goes my sketch or finished bird into the scanner. while that waits, we can just have a sip of coffee. Cheers. And we wait for the scanner. Come on. Here we go. There we go. This is a test scan of it. Change it to 300 dpi and scan. I'm hoping to finish this calendar in 1 week or so, 1 or 2 weeks, because I'll also make it a Monday Doodle next Monday about the lettering, because I'm gonna do the lettering as well for the calendar. Hit OK. All right, here we have it, the scan version. I simply mark my entire bird and I cut it out, and then I have my calendar template here, all birds, and I can then up here go and paste it. And I'm probably gonna remove the words down here where it just says where I spotted the bird and what month it was. And as you can tell here, we're just gonna take it down below, give it a beige tint, below give some curves, see how it pops more now, and then beneath the black and white filter. So this is the end result. This is the final bird, ladies and gentlemen. I like it. I really like this sketchy feel. So that was the last bird. I don't know how I'm gonna celebrate that tonight, but I'm gonna celebrate somehow. This was really good to finish all the 12 birds and getting rid of that buggering choosing of style, which I think that many of you out there watching know this feeling, like what direction should you go in. Thank you so much for watching along, and yeah, next Monday, or this Monday, coming Monday, will be about lettering the calendar. So yeah, I'll see you around, and have a splendid Monday or Tuesday if you're watching this tomorrow. Bye.